love in the room. Well, if it in all loving tongue, baby, it's love in the room. Don't whine on me here, lady. It's love in the room. If he wanna fight and stray, it's love in the room. We playing with House Monday in the ladies' room. Don't worry, us. She's safe. You're giving topic to Aruna. Study your place. Your woman outside with cousin whole day. You can't see your face. The story end up on ladies' room. You disappear without trace. Whoa, lad. If all she know is papi show and stress outside, it's love in the room. If you wanna have to girl, take care, they bust the files. Well, if it's in her loving tongue, baby, it's love in the room. Don't whine on me here, lady. It's love in the room. If he wanna fight and stray, it's love in the room. We playing with House Monday in the ladies' room. Oh, na na na. It's only love in the ladies' room. It's love in the room. It's love in the room. Well, if it's in her loving tongue, baby, it's love in the room. Don't whine on me here, lady. It's love in the room. If he wanna fight and stray, it's love in the room. We playing with House Monday in the ladies' room. Don't worry, us. She's safe. You're giving topic to Aruna. Study your place. Your woman outside with cousin whole day. You can't see your face. The story end up on ladies' room. You disappear without trace. Whoa, lad. If all she know is papi show and stress outside, it's love in the room. If you wanna have to girl, take care, they bust the files. Well, if it's in her loving tongue, baby, it's love in the room. Don't whine on me here, lady. It's love in the room. If he wanna fight and stray, it's love in the room. We playing with House Monday in the ladies' room.
And we are most definitely back in the room for today, Wednesday, October 22nd. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to another ladies' room for today. I don't know, I'm getting so confused. Yeah, that holiday thingy on Monday, it has me. I thought today was Thursday. Somehow I keep thinking tomorrow is Friday. I don't know why. But yeah, I keep thinking tomorrow is Thursday, so I almost said the final ladies' room for the week. But we got one more to go. Yeah, I don't like when holidays fall like that. Kinda have to get yourself back together. Anyways. How y'all keeps? Everybody good? Y'all behaving yourselves, or we out here doing the most and heading further and further away from seeing the rapture and walking up to the pearly gates? Y'all are not abiding by the laws and the commandments, are ya? Every day y'all are walking one step further and further away from seeing the pearly gates. Ah, boy, this one have been a chokehold this morning. I swear. This topic this morning, it's heavy. It's a heavy one. But we will do what we will, and that is what we must. That is, which is taking care of the situation, right? Dealing with the topic as they come. Nevertheless, as always, let me say special thank you to our friends at Nirvana Spa and Detox, Beacon Insurance, and Western Union. Thank you so much for being here once again. And thank you to all our loyal listeners for choosing Power 95. I'm sure there's a lot of other places you can be, but you choose to be here. And we do not ever take that for granted. Yeah, so I am grateful for your presence and your participation. With that being said, good morning to all listeners online, those of you listening via the Power app or the page of the website, or you're listening to us on viewing us on radio on Facebook or YouTube, and you're listening to us on radio. Thank you so much for being here. On 95.1, 95.3 listeners, top of the morning to you. So, guys, you can join us. Yeah, feel free to come on in the room. Yeah, they're usually nice in there, long as you don't do too much and get out of hand for the most part. I welcome you with open arms. Yeah, so fall in. We'd love to have you join us in the room. So we move. Let me first welcome everyone on the live who is here. Good morning, Rachel, Samuel, and those of you who tag and share every day. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Good morning. Let me go up to the top. Shanti, good morning. Good morning, Rachel. Boteng, good morning. Japhet Pear. Is that how you pronounce your name? Japhet Pear? Hope I got it right. Anywho's, morning Donna, Jackie Chaiton, Anesta Charles, Terrace Millet. Welcome to the room. Vanessa St. John, Maureen Isaac, Ingrid Bourne, J. Douglas Adams. Morning, I just came to say I've been used in love too. Me and that Mr. Moslink. Y'all have something in common. Abigail Rachel Nelson, welcome. Tamasha, good morning. Melvin Brown, good morning. Morning Unison Joseph, Precious Jewel. Morning Marvelyn. Who else is here? Ellen Dabrio, Giads, Smeds Joseph. Good morning, folks. Smeds. What do you call your name? Smeds. Christelle Richards, Rendell Amadi, good morning. Ryan DeRiggs, morning Riggy. Morning Joanne Brothwith Batson. Have a wonderful Wednesday as well. Roxanne Scott, good morning. 2 more days from Trap Tales. Good morning, watching from New York. I don't know why people do that. Sometimes I go on lives and I see people do that. I'm like, okay, but it's just like why do people do that? Like when they come on a live, say, "Hi, watching from so and so place." I'm not saying it's right, wrong, anything. I'm just wondering why people why people do that. It's always funny to me. Frances Pear, good morning. Jenny Charles Gilbert, welcome to the room. Linda Pearl, Smiley, good morning. Nolan Alexander, Diamond Jones, big up yourself. Darren Oxford, big up yourself. Cam Simeon, good morning, good morning, good morning. Hope you're good. Good morning, Kata, Candy Kiss Lawrence, Lindy Phillip, Jimmy Joseph, Rajesh McIntosh. I'm always happy when I see you guys in here. Always happy to see more of you in here. Hi, Gabby. Well, hi, guys. Wise King, big up yourself. Tamara, Jenilyn, Aloe Bailey, good morning. Yvette James. Who else? Did I miss anyone? I think I got everybody. Kareem, big up yourself. Kimberly Fontaine. Nairobi, good morning. I hope I have 1 good month left in me with hopes of seeing at Pearly Gates. After that, it's not looking good at all. Look, listen, stop calling me Jennifer, please. Well, good morning, all, and Jennifer. What to order? Kizzy, you ready for Tales? The other one up the road, she didn't have intention of coming back in she place, Papa. So I guess it's me and all you on the I can't remember the last day I went out to something like that and I didn't have I got into the other one. My parties are behind me. It feels weird. But hey, to do is what we must, right? Scorpios in the building. Can't take them on, but hey, they're like the Leos, ever present, plucky, in front. Think the zodiac sign belongs to them, and the list goes on and on and on and on. But it's their season. There's a lot of them. I know way too many Scorpios. I swear, there's a lot of them. They're busy. Anywho's, Tara Samuel says good morning, watching from St. Lucia. Della Fletcher, good morning. Bernadette. What happened, Leonard? Can you come in the window, people? Because I talk about Scorpios. Look, Jackie, Melvin, Kizzy, Dre. Yeah, this one said good morning to my fellow Scorps. Anyways, I'll leave you all for another day. So, I shame like a dog this morning. I ain't lying. This situation this morning had me shame. I'll just share the live now. And I really want the fellas to chime in. I want to get your I want to get your feedback on this on this situation this morning. And I'm asking the question, Would you forgive someone who used you for stability? Let me turn down this music a little bit. Would you forgive someone who used you for stability? This one, it's a tough one and it's a long read, so I have to kind of condense it. So maybe you guys can check out my Facebook page and you have a better understanding. But just to break it down a bit for the discussion this morning, and I like the way we go with the ladies' room these days. We're touching different aspects of relationships, and not just the cheating part and what have you, but other things other factors that influences the way we are and how we operate in this whole love space and what have you, and expectations and all of that. Now, like I said, this one is layered, and honestly, it tugs at the heart, or at least my heart, in so many directions. On one hand, we see a woman who made a choice out of desperation, not out of love. She admitted she married her husband to help her family out of financial hardship, and along the way, she tried to make the best of it. But love, well, according to her, real love can't be forced, and eventually it caught up with her. So let me just give you some perspectives for those of you just joining us and may not have read it in its entirety. Um, Being Richie morning, providing they are helping you. Sammy once now to the yes, Sammy. Christopher Thomas Rayburn, good morning all. Have a blessed day, he says. Same to you. Irvin Louison. Aruna, this topic is mine today. Thank you. Sammy, you have that experience? Well, call in, chime in. What do you think? What are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on the topic? Fall in. But basically, let's just come into the okay, so I won't have to go back to the all right, good, that works, yeah. So basically this lady is responding. Apparently her ex-husband made a post, and she responded to it, and he stated that he married her, sponsored her nursing education, brought her to the US, and then she betrayed him by helping her boyfriend get his documents to join her, and then got her pregnant. And she says she's not writing to defend herself, but to explain what happened so people can also understand her situation and how it all started. And firstly, she says her parents are retired teachers, and at that time she had to drop out of college because they ran out of money, and it was a hard time for her family. And basically the man's mother came to their house one day, told her mom that she wished her son would marry her. And she says the family encouraged her to accept, even though they knew she was already in a serious relationship. So her family was aware that she was already in a serious relationship and deeply in love with her first love. So the family was aware of all of that. However, she felt that she had a little choice. The husband was living abroad, he was doing very well, and she actually saw this as an opportunity to help her family escape hardship. And she wanted to please her family as well. So after a few messages, she said they came back home, yada, yada, yada. One thing led to another, they got married. And she says it's true, before he traveled back, she asked him for a favor. Instead of rushing for documents, she pleaded with him to enroll her in nursing school because she felt it would be expensive for her to study abroad, and having a local degree would help her get a good job. When she finally joined him, he was happy, called her smart, proud of her ambition, registered her for school, rented and furnished an apartment for her, and, the man put in the work. He did what he had to do. So a few months after the husband left, she says her first love came to her very upset, pleading that he still loved her very much, and according to her, she felt pity for him. He had done nothing wrong, and she was still very much and deeply in love with him, and she couldn't resist. They started seeing each other again, and he even moved in with her in the apartment that the man rent while he's overseas. And unbeknownst to the husband, she started asking him for support, to support them, to support she and the man in the house, in the apartment that the husband paying for. She started asking him for more money, complaining of financial need, and he always sent large amounts, and she used some of the money to help Shiman enroll in some IT program to get certificate that would help him get a good job. So basically, she was in the relationship with the man overseas, married to him, but still have Shiman in the house that a man paying for. My dear, a few months later, she graduated, visa was ready, joined husband in the States, and he was happy. And she said that same time she got there, started looking for a job. Husband was so proud and happy to have an ambitious wife, even helped her to get work permits, submit resumes to several hospitals, and then she got a job. But she stayed in touch with her first love. After 4 years of being abroad, she was stable and established. And after several attempts, the man finally got his visa approved. She said, I didn't care anymore if my husband found out because I was deeply and truly in love with my partner. I planned on revealing everything to my husband eventually and asking for his forgiveness, but he somehow discovered the truth before I could. It's true I didn't feel regretful about my choices for my life. Instead, I gave him divorce papers. My decision was final. So, Roland, wherever you're there, the lady's asking for forgiveness. She says she's truly sorry to say this, but the marriage was based on obligation from the start. She never truly loved him. Her heart belonged to someone else, and she did what she did out of love for her partner. And she says, I'm just a person who made a difficult decision out of love. I am not here to defend myself, but to sincerely apologize. I am so sorry, Roland. You're a good man. Even after everything I did, you still asked to save our marriage, even when I was pregnant for someone else, and you kept apologizing when I was the one who was wrong. Please forgive me. I am sorry that I cannot stay. Please consider my feelings as well. My heart belongs to another, and staying would not be fair to either of us. Thank you so much for signing the divorce documents. My partner and I are ready and willing to repay everything and more that you have ever spent on me. Please name your price. I plead with you to see me as a sister you helped out of a difficult financial situation. Please let's not be enemies, but try to be friends. I'm sure that God will reward you and send you someone who will love you just as you deserve, Roland. Bye. Roland, I don't know what to tell you. Only women, children, and pets get unconditional love when ours is being used. Hey, Alexander. So, on one hand, we see a woman who made a choice out of desperation, not out of love, and she admitted she married her husband to help her family out of financial hardship, and along the way, she tried to make the best of it, but love, real love, they say, cannot be forced, and eventually it caught up with her. Now, I'm not here to justify betrayal because, I mean, let's be honest. Using someone's trust and money while being emotionally invested somewhere else is painful and unfair. Yeah? So let's just get that out of the way. There's no justification whatsoever, no matter the reasons, the whatever. There's absolutely no justification for that. Her ex-husband obviously didn't deserve that based on what she said. He was supportive, he was generous, and hopeful for a future that wasn't built on truth. But this story also reminds me of something deeper, like how dangerous it can be to make life-changing decisions out of pressure or obligation. Marriage should never be a rescue plan because when love isn't the foundation, cracks will always show. So, and it goes either way, but today we focus in on this situation and this woman and women, you know. And for the women or ladies listening, let this be a reminder. Don't let family or financial pressure push you into a relationship you don't want. It might fix short-term problems, but break long-term peace. Be honest about your feelings, even when it's uncomfortable. Deception might delay the pain, but it doesn't erase it. And if you ever find yourself in a situation like this where your heart and your choices don't align, take a pause, because what you're eventually doing is destroying someone else's life trying to fix your own, because that's what it is. And you might say, okay, you were pressured, you were under stress from your family, and you were trying to please your family. But if you look back now, you are the one having to deal with it, not your family. Roland didn't care about your family. You were the one who consented to the marriage. So even though you wanted to please your family, like you said, wanting to help out a situation, at what cost? Because here you have a man now who invested heavily in you in every way, shape, and form. And even going so far as to wanting to still make the marriage work despite knowing what he knows. That's a good man, Savannah. That's a good man, Savannah. My heart really goes out for Roland. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes you can give someone the world, Roland and other Rolands, and still not be what they want. But that's not a reflection of your worth. It's just a mismatch of hearts. And to the wife, maybe this is your chance to rebuild from truth this time, not obligation. But either way you look at it, it's a sad story. She's apologized, saying she's sorry, but she never loved him. Because while her honesty now might sound noble, the damage was already done. The man built his life on what he thought was love, and she built hers on obligation. Y'all following me? Ladies, we got to talk about this. We have to talk about this. Never ever marry for convenience or pressure, family influence, financial hardship, loneliness. None of that should make you say, I do. Because at the end of the day, the truth always shows. You can't fake love forever. And sometimes as a man, you'll do everything right, and it still won't be enough if a heart belongs to someone else. In this case, he did everything. Took care of her, ensured she got a good education, able to go to the U.S. straight and all of that. And look at where we are now. Sometimes you'll do everything right, and it still won't be enough if her heart belongs to someone else. Don't carry bitterness, carry wisdom. Heal, but don't harden. I mean, it takes courage to own your story publicly, but sometimes good intentions don't erase bad actions. They say the road to hell is paved with good intentions. Good intentions don't erase bad actions. It's a painful reminder that love can't be bought, arranged, or negotiated. It has to be felt deeply and honestly. It has to be felt deeply and honestly. You can't fake the funk. You really can't. I mean, this story brings out a lot of emotions, and I'm reading some of the comments, and usually, women will blame men and what have you, but it's good to see that, a lot of women are standing up and seeing this for what it is. It brings out a lot of emotions, disappointment, empathy, even sadness, She felt like she was torn between duty and love. She entered a marriage not out of romance but responsibility, trying to lift her family out of struggle. And while her reasons may have been understandable, her choices caused deep hurt. And it's definitely a lesson for all of us. When we make major life decisions without emotional honesty, pain is inevitable. For you and for the people who trust you. I mean, Roland showed kindness, he showed patience, he showed support. But love can't thrive when truth doesn't live. For her, the marriage was an act of sacrifice. For him, it was a promise of forever. So that is why I'm saying, don't let pressure from family, money, or society force you into a life that isn't yours. don't use someone's love to fix your circumstances. And if you ever realize you're in the wrong relationship, face it early. The longer you pretend, the more hearts you break, including your own. At the end of the day, they say forgiveness may not erase betrayal, but it frees both sides to start anew. And maybe that's what both of them need now, peace, not payback. And hopefully this isn't going to scar him forever, because based on what he says, she says, seems to be a good man. And probably there's somebody out there for him, just not her. You know, and I wouldn't wish ill on anybody, because as they say, the heart wants what it wants. I wouldn't wish her other person treat us the same or worse. It's not in me to treat. They say you get what you deserve, and whatever is coming to her, she's gonna get it. I'm not gonna wish it on her. We all have our share of karma. It has our numbers, it has our doors, it has our addresses. So when it will come when it has to come. So whatever she has to deal with, she's gonna have to deal with it. But I'm not gonna, wish that the man with her treat her bad or whatever, and whatever the case might be, because that she's gonna leave her for somebody else and do it. No, the whole eye for an eye thing leaves the world blind, as they say. Hold on. Somebody's calling. Good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Somebody's calling. Okay. You might have to call back. Someone says, I missed the beginning. Did she say her name? No, she didn't. She embarrassing the man by calling out his name. She should just confess that to God and get along with it. Well, there's a lot of different rulings, so I guess she wanted to merely be known publicly because he did post it. He posted it, so she responded to it. He posted the situation. Like you said, you missed the beginning. So she said, basically, I'm writing to respond to my ex-husband's post. He stated that he married me, sponsored my nursing education, brought me to the States, and that I betrayed him by helping my boyfriend get his documents to join me and then got me pregnant. So Roland put it out there first. So it wasn't a case of her just putting it out there. So he put it out there, and then she responded. So I guess as much he didn't have an issue with her, anybody knowing or whatever the case might be. Let me hear what this person's saying here.
Morning time.
Morning time.
That one is a tough one. Trust me. I mean, there's no advice I can give a woman. Aside from a virgin. But let me look at it this way. With them kind of stories on them, when men hear them stories on them, or let us say man bad. But what is really expected? Man shouldn't protect themselves really and truly. When you hear these kind of stories, it's sad. Anyway, bless.
And that's the same thing I'm saying. That's why I say I hope it don't make him so bitter that, the next person that comes in his life gets the smelly end of the stick. Because that can scar you, and it can really change how you deal with people, how you deal with relationships. And when you see a lot of people moving the way they're moving, it's a result of, things like this. And that is, I think next week I want to do a program on trauma bonding and all those things. But at the end of the day, someone says a vice versa situation in terms of forgiveness. I can, but from the beginning, I think this should be stated. I want XYZ. I need XYZ. Let everyone be on the same page if we are benefiting from each other. This sort of deceitfulness can break people, planning and setting goals together only to find out you're a fraud. Women get used and scammed too. Don't be fooled. Yep, it is a situation where it happens. I wouldn't necessarily say a vicious gold digger, because she wants to repay him. Gold diggers don't repay nobody. They don't give back nobody. Whatever you get, and it's true to get more. But she's asking him, telling him that she wants to repay him every cent that he contributed to her in her schooling or whatever the case might be. Well, I don't know. Morning, neighbor.
Morning, neighbor. Listen, this story have two sides to it, And there is a dark side of men who live here in the United States and Canada. And they don't want to date the girls that live here because the girls that live here want to go in Manhattan and eat $300 plate of food and they want Gucci and Louis Vuitton. So, you know what they do? They go home. They pick up these poor, vulnerable young ladies who, for want of a better word, they think that they could control, and they bring them up to the States to create a life with them, right? For their own benefit. Yes, the ladies are getting something out of it, but in the same breath, they're the ones benefiting because essentially they're importing a bride, somebody to be and act how they want them to. And most of the times, it's poor girls, it's vulnerable girls, it's girls from situations that they're trying to get out of. And they sign up for these situations. And then situations like this occur. And then the man and them want to cry foul. Oh, look how the woman wicked. Look at what she do to me. X, Y, Z. When from the jump, what it was is that always a bunch of predators. All they go down there, and people still do that. Men just leave here, go and Grenada, tell woman, oh, I go send for you, I go this, I go that, and then two, the woman in here from all again. But some of all you, and all you feel like, okay, age and time creeping up and all you want stability, all you go down there and do the same thing. All you get these women and them, and eventually they leave all you, and then all you want to cry for. But at the end of the day, all you report all you saw because all your intentions wasn't pure either. What all you was looking for was Molly the maid. So in the same breath, you have to understand you reap what you sow.
Now I ask you, how come you're out of breath? What are you doing?
I'm walking. All you have a blessed day.
But, they are real out of time with yourself, you know. Grab you out of breath. Oh, come on. She walking and talking. And you know already, 1 minute she gymming, next minute she eating big pot oil long after 12 and 1 in the morning. But yeah, she no she walking. So so if you were Roland, fellas, if you were Roland, could you ever forgive her? Do you think love can excuse betrayal, or is that line unforgivable? And in this day and age in 2025, why family pressuring people to marry to people? But the family has some blame to take too, you know. Because, like I said, it's hard to like beat her. At the end of the day, when you're an adult, you still have to make your own decision. But understanding sometimes there are families who are very much ups in their children's lives. Like they dictate who you see, who you date, who you go out with, who you sleep with. And they are still children who listen. They are still children who listen to their parents, and you know they follow their teachings and their guidance and what and what. Well, you all know the woman have a man. You all know she in love with the man, and you all still pressure because the man overseas have 2 daughters. Boy, Lord. Morning time.
Good morning.
Morning.
This is the first time I've listened to your show in a few months because I've been so busy. So it's so odd that I'm going to get this sad story, you know, on my return. I'm not going to say very long. I'm the caller that just called. We need to be fair, right? We need to be fair. I don't think that the situation she described was what happened in this case. What she said is true. Things like that happen on a regular basis, so we're not going to discredit it as well. But in this particular situation, I do not believe that is what happened. So, because just the fact that he wanted to fix it after all of that, right? There are some men that honestly love women to the point where they're willing to take care of them to that extent, right? Because there are good men out there. We have this tendency of saying all men are dogs and whatever the case is. And then when we finally see the light of a good man, we still find a reason to make him look bad.
True.
Give Jack his jacket and Mary her petticoat. The men that deserve that bashing, bash them. Those that stand up as man, not them jelly back. Give them their flowers. I am sorry he went through that. God hear me. And I wish the Lord bless him with a soft woman that can heal that broken womb that that woman created. And I pray for that female that did that the same karma does not come around for her. Because even if your situation was dark and even if you needed help, go to God. You basically prostituted yourself. That's the way I see it. You just do it legally.
Agreed.
That's my contribution.
Got you. Thanks so much. Appreciate you. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Alrighty. Yeah, I tend to agree that in this instance, the man seemed to be genuine because you wouldn't do all that investment for somebody that you didn't, that you didn't see and appreciate like that. I mean, let's be real. We by now we should know the signs. You get little and you expect a lot, but he's given a lot in this situation. Rented an apartment for her so she can be at peace and ease and paying for her to go back to school and basically taking care of her because while she's going to school she obviously wasn't working. So rent apartment, paying the bills and all of that, and moving next month. At least at some point, that little conscience would knock and say, you know what? I may not be in love with this person, but at least let me treat them with some degree of, until I get to a place where I can be open and honest about how I truly feel. But she moving the man in the apartment, and the man in America paying boarding. What as a man self? How as a man you comfortable living off another man's sweat? You know the man paying up rent, you know he paying bills, and you just up sit down in AC during the day, and you're going and do your little IT class, and you come in and lie down and sleep in AC running whole day because you're not to worry about the bill. You're sleeping in air conditioned comfort because outside hot, and you have no problem. The line to go down by the man in the hand in the head getting longer, eh? The line getting real. And the one to go up by the poly gates getting shorter. I hope I see earlier the one by the poly gates, but the way things looking right now, ain't looking it ain't looking bright at all. Ain't looking good at all on my part. Nah, it's not a good look for us. It's not looking good. He bad. Okay, I'm not saying mal. He ain't looking good. It ain't looking good at all. No way, shape, and form. Because the man literally put himself out. And I know a lot of the times, we, as the caller said, we call man this, that, or the other. So it's a case of, Peter does pay for Paul and Paul does pay for yourself. But men do women not all the time. Roll on them behind. All you heartless. Oh yeah. You need to say send 2 people to school. Yes. He sent 2 of them to school because he was asking him for more money, blah blah blah, and to send Roland to send the next man to do the IT whatever. But going back to the family in this day and age, yeah. Why family pressuring their daughters to get married to men because of for financial gain and whatever financial stability? Because we have to go back to the source, because it's not like she met the man and she devised this plan. She was in this relationship with this man prior to the one from the States, minding she business, in love, she first love and whatever, not looking for nobody, not interested in nobody, minding she business. And then the man mother came to their house and told her mother she wished her son would marry her. Because she like her for she son. Like that for you. I like you for my daughter. I like you for me. Like your man for yourself. Why are you going and encouraging man to like your daughter for you, but like you for my son in this day and age? Some of us just pass all your place as parents. You're there to guide. You're there to provide support and what have you. But you don't know nobody from Norway, and you just see the people, children, and I like you for my son, and I like you for my daughter. Your son have to like and find for himself. Your daughter have to like and find for herself. Some of all to ending in all your children's life. And then when they end up in this situation, I didn't know how. Then, if you don't know, allow them to do and make their own choices. Because she said it. Her family encouraged her to accept. And when they're ready to put their foot down and pressure you, we see in trouble, the man go take us out of poverty, and he go help us, and he'll bring you up bring you away, and take care of you, and you're fighting up with this man here that can't do nothing for you, and then they're starting to beat on your conscience. You're there fighting up with this man that can't help you. Look, you're struggling, you have to drop out of school, the man here can't even provide for you. So you're hearing all of that. So her family encouraged her to accept, even though they knew, and those were her words, they knew she was already in a serious relationship and deeply in love with her first love. So she's saying now she felt like she had little choice. The husband was living abroad, doing very well. Family saw this as an opportunity to escape hardship, and she wanting to please the family, and eventually she saw it as an opportunity, because if they keep in your head, you could do this, or you could send you back to school, or you could do that. After a while, if you don't stand up firm in the Gideon, you're gonna fall. And that's what she did. She fell to the pressure, even though she knows she had not a zilch feelings for this man. But another lady had to be a good actress too, because if this man then pick up that this lady and feeling, so this man in here not knowing how people like to talk, nobody didn't tell him the man have you, man, she have man. Well, I guess he find out after the fact, but because she said she was planning to tell him first, and then, so I guess somebody would take in front and tell him. But the moral of the story is, let your children make their own choices. You're there to support, you're there to advise. You might not like them, the person they're with. You can say, oh, you know what, I may not approve or like this person for you based on what and what and what, but at the end of the day, it is your choice, it is your life to live. Whoever you want to be with, that's on you, but, my preference, I may not necessarily like this person. But some of y'all just put all your foot down and insist that is the man they want you to be with, and that is the man you should be with. And here we have poor, my name, Roland. poor Roland now taking care of your wife and taking care of your wife. Lad, Roland, hold faith, stand up for me, Gideon, Papa. Hold on, Roland, hold on, don't give up. I don't know if Roland is an older gentleman or around her age. I find Roland singing older-ish. Can them young boy and them these days, you ain't getting trick easy, so. Them young man, so you want it, man, so when you used to once a year you used to come and visit, the man never just show up and say surprise. He can never show up at the apartment, he plan ahead when he come in, nothing, no. Them Shami can say, we're not trying to debrief after this topic. Drink some peppermint tea. Peppermint. I need to ask you to make a rum or something for me after this one. Peppermint can help me right now. Them young fellas and them these days, they ain't doing all of that so early up in the game, and they ain't no one good. Nah, sir. They have to be under their foot. Now when all the cutlass in water passing her conscience wasn't reaching her, have all the faith. I don't know what is their culture, but Nasa, Roland, hold firm. Don't give up, brother. You did your best. What you thought was the best. It didn't work out, so I know you're hurt. I know it's not something you can just say get over, but hi, Aruna. As much as the family have their part to play in this situation, parents have been pimping out their daughters for a very long time at a very young age. It has happened and is still happening. There's also the saying that says a woman can grow to love a man even if there were no love in the beginning. It is a sad and contradicting story, but at the same time, it happens all the time in bigger and smaller countries. I hope that all her sacrifices was worth it and her partner now sticks with her through all of this, and that Roland would get his rib and find love again. First it says this young lady had her plans from long. She and her man, they realized that they could get something out of it, because you can't tell me all this time she ain't thinking twice. Because she still asked for more money to send her and the man to school. And he gonna get visa, everything come to light, because they reach where they want to reach. And the man roll out and pay for the visa too, you know. Cha-cha. Serena Kama is a witch. The love may find someone in his sphere and fall in love with Grenadier men are known to do that. Whatever the lady gets, she gonna have to deal with it. But it rough. It rough. Yeah, it's something that happens. The parents pimp out their daughters to the highest bidder. They don't want no broke man in the village, but somebody else can come riding on a chariot and driving a little upgraded vehicle, and they will send their daughter to be with that one and leave out the man in the village that working hard. Boy, it's life imbalance. Audio? Keep rolling in your prayers. And what's her name as well? She's gonna need it. Because it ain't looking pretty. Have a good Wednesday, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow to pick up where we left off. Final one for the week. Until then, have a great Wednesday. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Roll and pay for the visa, roll and pay for visa, roll and pay for apartment. Lord.